Alright guys, I'm making this tutorial to show you guys how to receive a token from an ICO, and either you could move it to Idex.Market or EtherDelta, and you could sell the tokens if you don't have the patience to wait till it does get on an exchange. So I am going to use Legolas exchange as an example. These are LGO tokens. As you see, this is my investment, and I've got it in round 1. Shows how much tokens I'm supposed to receive, which is about 19,945 tokens. Now, please do complete your KYC, which is know your customer, and also do provide them with an Ethereum address. Now, this is not your Ethereum address, so it's the one right here. It's not an Ethereum address from, let's say, Binance or BitterX. Those are actually addresses that you only send Ethereum to. This address is actually from a Ethereum wallet. So example, you could use MetaMask, or you could use MEW, which I like calling the Mu wallet. So as you see, this is my address that I've submitted, and that is for my Ether wallet. It's bigger. So this is my public address. You guys don't have to worry about giving this to others. You could give this public address for them to send you either Ethereum or any other ERC20 token. If you don't have a wallet, you could go to myetherwallet.com. You can create a new wallet, and once you create it, it does give you some information that are which is very valuable, and I would write it down or either save it down on your computer. But I do have an account already, so I just go to send Ether and tokens. There are two ways I get in. It's either using your private key or your key store. Now, private key, I did use it in the past, but it's super risky. If someone does get into your computer and find the private key, they could just get into your account, pretty much do whatever they wanted. The My Ether wallet's not going to send your email warning or anything letting you know that pretty much asking for permission to withdraw any tokens. The moment you're in the wallet, you could just send them. So I would instead use key store. So you select your wallet file, click on it. It's probably going to ask you for a password. Once that's done, you're going to be in your Ether wallet. So as you see, this is my public address that I gave Legolas. Usually in some ICOs, you would have to go to the site and actually withdraw the tokens, or click accept or get my tokens. I think Legolas is just going to send me the tokens directly to my wallet tomorrow. Anyways, so once you're in here, our goal is to get it sent to MetaMask. If you don't have a MetaMask, it's another Ethereum wallet. It's pretty much an extension of Chromecast. You could go to metamask.io. Once you're in, get Chrome extension. It's going to get installed. This is not a software that's going to be on your desktop. It's just an extension to Chromecast. Once you're in, you put in your password. I'm already in. As you see, this is how you can get your address, which is your public address for the MetaMask address. We are going to get to that later. Now, you do need to have some Ethereum in your Ether wallet. As you see, I do have a little bit. I think it comes up to being about $1.30 USD worth, which I think is plenty for the transaction that we're going to do. How you could find out if they did send you the tokens is it's not going to show right here, because if you do go through these tokens lists, we go all the way. I know Legolas is supposed to be LGO. And I don't see LGO right here. So we're pretty much going to click on tokens, which takes you to this site called Explorer.io. As you see, I don't have any tokens, so it's just going to say no token balances found. Now, in this case, we would have the LGO tokens right here. It's going to give you a contract address. So we're just going to use, let's say, Daddy for example, which was a recent ICO that I was involved in. So once you click on the token, it's going to give you a contract address. Most of the ERC20 tokens I've run into, I think almost all of them are 18 decimals. And it's also going to give you the symbol, which is Daddy. So what you're going to need to do is just copy this right here, copy the contract address, go back to my Ether wallet, click on add custom token. So we're gonna paste it. The token symbol was daddy, as you see right here, and the decimals is 18. Click on 18, click save, and it's gonna get saved just like, let's see, these guys right here. I think I did add daddy to it as well. Right there. So the tokens show right here. It'll tell you how much you have. In this case, let's just pretend like it's, let's say it's 1,000 daddy coins. Now you do need to send it to MetaMask. So you click on MetaMask, click on copy address to clipboard, paste it right there. Now you could click on this. Usually it would just show as Ethereum with 21,000 gas limit. Scroll down. I don't have any right here, so I'm just going to click on, let's say, man. Send the entire balance. I only have a 0, so I can't send anything. But usually, if you do send, well, these two things are going to be important: the gas limit and the GWEI, or whatever it's called, GWEI. If you are sending Ethereum to another Ethereum address, you could just leave the gas limit at 21,000, and then you would just have to figure out what the GWEI is going to be. Usually, if the Ethereum network is busy, it's probably because there's an ICO going on and there's a bunch of people using the Ethereum network to send a lot of Ethereum, usually in the millions, to that ICO. In this case, I don't think there's any ICOs going on at this time, so we could go check the Ether gas station. So click on Ether gas station. It's telling me right now that the GWEI is, I could just set it up as 3 GWEI because the network's not too busy. It shows me that it charges about 5 cents USD. I think we have about $1.30 worth, which is plenty in this case. But if you do realize, and it does take about 7 minutes to go through, the average time. But over here, the gas limit's actually 21,000. Now, like I said before, 21,000 is fine if you're sending it, just sending Ethereum. But if you are sending a token, you do need to put a much higher gas limit. So in this case, we're actually going to put it as 100,000. I've tried below, and I've not had much luck. Now, the moment you put 100,000, as you see, even though it's 3 GWEI, the dollar value is 26 cents instead now. You could put a high GWEI limit. Let's say I wanted to send it. So as you see, the more GWEI you pay, the faster they complete your transaction. So say I want to send it within about a minute. So I put it at 6 GWEI, and it charges me 52 cents USD, which is not bad at all. Go on your My Ethereum wallet. Now what's really tricky is that the default GWEI price comes to about 44 GWEI, I believe. If you do go to your Ether gas station, and just the highest it goes is 22, but at 22 it charges about $1.91, which is, I would say, not worth it at all. So please do make sure you guys, if the network's not busy, bring it down all the way to, I'm gonna use 6 at this cost. So it's gonna cost me about 100,000 gas. 6 GWEI should bring me to about 52 cents, which I don't mind paying to get my transaction sent within about a minute. So click on 6 GWEI. Now go to MetaMask, copy the address, paste it right here. The amount to send again. So we're going to click, let's say man, entire balance, 100,000. Please, yeah, just make sure it's not anything higher. Once that's done, click on generate transaction, click on send transaction, and it's going to send the transaction. So do make sure you guys do have Ethereum in the account, because it is going to use a little bit to send the transaction. So once it's sent through, it's going to show up on MetaMask. So let's pretend like we just sent latex tokens, and I have the tokens over here. I am going to show you guys EtherDelta first, and then we'll get on to Idex.Market after. So we're going to open EtherDelta. So EtherDelta.com, This contract address I have right here is for the Matrix coin, which was in recent ICO as well. So once you're on EtherDelta, you do have to link your MetaMask account to EtherDelta. So click on this right here. Click on import account. It's going to need two things: your public address and your private key. I think this is the only time I would actually give my private key to another site. So click on MetaMask, copy your address to clipboard, paste it right here. Then export your private key, which lets you see it, and you could paste it right here and click import account. That connects your MetaMask to EtherDelta, as you see right here. It's connected. Now let's say we wanted to sell the latex tokens. Don't know what the contract address is, so I would go right here to MetaMask, click on latex, and it's going to open up Etherscan.io, and it is going to give me the contract. So I copy the contract, ERC20 contract. That's the contract address that we were able to see in tokens before, which you could find there again, just to show you guys tokens. Paste it right there. Latex. There you go. That's a contract address, the decimals, and the symbols, which we aren't going to need at this point. So you go to EtherDelta. Once you've copied the contract address, you would highlight this part, just the address, not the pound key or the hashtag, and not the dash right there, and delete it and paste the new contract address that you want to access. Click enter. Give it some time. So once the page loads up, it's going to show your Latium coins right here. Well, I don't actually see any sell orders, so I'm actually going to open up something else. Let's see. Let's open up Daddy. So tokens, because I do want to show you guys the sell order book and the buy order book. Contract. Copy that. Paste it, and now the Daddy page should load up. So as you see, it's going to show Daddy right here. Now it's going to, once your MetaMask is linked, it's going to show you how much Daddy tokens you have in your wallet, but it's going to show 0 on EtherDelta. So it's normal. It's just like a normal exchange. You do have to deposit the tokens to the actual exchange. It doesn't matter if you have the coins in your MetaMask account. It's just linked to EtherDelta. So you would click on the amount. Just for an example, let's say we have 1,000 Daddy coins. Click on 1,000, and I click on deposit. Don't have any tokens, so it's not going to give me the option, but you could. It will bring up your MetaMask, and it's going to tell you to send the transaction. So let's actually withdraw. I want to show you guys how MetaMask looks. I didn't know I had this Ethereum in EtherDelta. It's about $300 worth. So let's just get that guy out. So it's going to be, I want to withdraw 0.287 from EtherDelta to my MetaMask wallet, which currently has this much Ethereum in it, as you see right here. Click on withdraw. It's going to bring up this MetaMask bar. Now I don't need 250,000 gray, so I'm just going to put it at, let's say 100,000. Oh well, it is Ether, but yeah, you know, I wanted to go much faster, so I'm going to put in 52 cents. I don't mind for $300. Submit. You just create an Ethereum transaction, track its progress. You could track it. Click on that. Oh, it says sorry, we're unable to look at this transaction. It's probably because it's still pending. But once you click on that, you will see the transaction going through. Once it's, so that was me showing you how to withdraw. So now if you were to deposit, the exact same step. 1,000 tokens, click on deposit. It's not going to let me, but you would go through the same process. Put the gas limit at 100,000, and then the gray would depend on the ether gas station. So go in the gas station info, tells me that's still pretty low, 3 gray, with 100,000 gas. That should come out to about 26 cents. I'm gonna make it a little faster, 5 gray, 43 cents, which is not bad. Once you deposit it, it's gonna show you a buy order book and a sell order book. Let me just pause this video and wait till this thing loads up. Alright guys, so the daddy tokens, it doesn't seem like it wants EtherDelta wants to work, which is why, like I said, I prefer using Idex.Market instead. So if you did come to EtherDelta, it will show you in green the buy order book, in red the sell order book. Now you would actually have to click on one of them. I'll say if I was to create a sell order, let's say 1,000 daddy tokens. You put the price, let's just say 0.001. Let's pretend like that's the price you're selling it for. You click on sell. Now do remember, it does use Ethereum to create the sell order. So not only did you have to pay Ethereum to deposit the tokens into EtherDelta from your wallet, but you also do have to use Ethereum again every single trade you make. So yeah guys, it's not loading up, so I'm gonna move this to Idex instead. So this is Idex. You go to Idex.Market, you come into balances, click on full balances. Now you could choose whichever coin you wanted to deposit. So an example over here, yeah, so we'll just make it at 0 balance. Also you could put in your wallet, you could go to change wallet and you can get your MetaMask linked up to that. Let's say so change wallet, there you go. So click on MetaMask, unlock MetaMask, and it automatically connects. So now I go to full balances, hide 0 balances. It shows exactly what I have in my MetaMask on this side under my wallet balance, and then it shows you my Idex balance. So as you see, these 860 daddy tokens I had actually deposited into the Idex balance. Now let's say for example I wanted to deposit some Ethereum. I would come over here, click on deposit. Let's say I wanted to put, well, yeah, it's an entire balance. So if I just want to put 0.1, obviously I don't want to pay that much gray, so we'll bring it down to, let's say, 5, depending on what the gas station's at this moment. Click on deposit, and in a couple of minutes it'll show up on this side under my Idex balance. So now if I did want to trade this, let's just say, you know what, it's at a peak right now and I just want to get rid of it, take some profit. So then you click on exchange. So see how Idex is like super easy already. Go over here, change wallet, get your MetaMask hooked up, then you go to balances, deposit your tokens, and now we're in exchange. Now I'm just going to search daddy over here. Click on daddy. So right on the markets, on the search bar, types in daddy, page is loading up. Well, that's a chart. Scroll down. There you go. So this is your buy order and your sell order book. Then obviously you have your charts on the top as well. So there we go. So now we could see that that is actually trading for its ICO price. It was trading ×2 before. So if I didn't want to sell it, I would click on the 860 tokens I wanted to sell. So let's just say I want to sell it. So bids means it's what people are willing to pay. So that's the buy order book. Asks is the sell order book, which is why you see the buy order book much lower than the sell order book. You could put a sell order and just wait for it to get hit, or if you wanted to sell the buy order book, you could do that as well. Now these 860 tokens I got were actually from referrals, so I'm just gonna get rid of it at ICO price because it's still pure profit for me. So I'm gonna click on daddy. So I just want to sell it to this guy who wants to buy 3,326 tokens. Click on it. 860 tokens dot 7072, selling at the price of 0.000401 Ethereum, and this is how much I get: 0.34 Ethereum. Sell, Please unlock your wallet. Okay. Let's go to MetaMask. It is unlocked. Okay, so we're going to click sell one more time. Interesting. Okay, let's figure this out. Change wallet. Unlock MetaMask. Perfect. Scroll down. The order is still right there. Sell. You do not have any of the tokens deposited. Please deposit into the index. Okay. Oh, it's still loading. Just wait for this to load up. Oh, so that actually refreshes. It brings everything back to 0. There we go, 860 tokens. Click on that price right there. Sell 860, sell. Now again, MetaMask comes up. To sign this message can have dangerous side effects, blah, blah. Sign. And you're in. So that's us just giving MetaMask permission that we wanted to sell it. Then you have the troll box right here. It's called live chat, but I call it the troll box. People shilling all their coins. There you go. Sold 860 daddy tokens at this price, and I got 0.34 Ethereum for that. So if I wanted to put this back to my MetaMask, I could just go to full balances. As you see, this is the Ether right here. I'll click on withdraw, entire balance. Withdraw again, confirm. Gonna confirm with MetaMask, sign, and that's it. In less than a minute, we're gonna see. There you go. Has been initiated, done. So will take about a minute, and it's gonna show up on this side. So we'll have 7 something, even more Ethereum. Let's see if this happens while we're recording. Refresh. So do remember, this is a transaction, so it is gonna take about a minute to come through. Then I still have these Latium tokens. Can't seem to find it on any exchange. Oh, and there you guys go, 0.72 Ethereum. So now if I click on my MetaMask wallet, it's actually there. So the tokens are not on my Idex, but it's over here. So you guys will do the exact same thing with the LGO tokens. The moment it's in your MetaMask, come into Idex.Market, deposit it, come over here, type in LGO, it's going to show up. Click on LGO, select it, go into the order book and sell it. And that's it, guys. You guys have officially sold your ICO tokens.